to another video, and in today's video we got who will defeat each AEW champion. And yeah, pretty simple obviously. We're going to go through each champion and kind of give who we think is next in line for that champion.
Yeah, for sure. AEW has been on the very high uprise recently. They've went from not very interesting television to amazing television. Well, maybe not amazing. Maybe I'm overstating a little bit. But they've been really good recently, and I want to, give them more time and credit in our videos and stuff like that. So we're going to continue on with some more AEW content.
With our first one, let's start off with Kenny Omega. Who will be the first person to defeat Kenny Omega since his return to AEW?
Yeah, so I have Kenny Omega, taking out another champion down the line that we'll speak about. So I think for this one, I'm going to go with a surprise. I'm going to say Ricochet.
Yeah, I definitely like Ricochet. I definitely have him playing for another one. But with Kenny, it's so hard because obviously it's Kenny Omega. It's really going to be hard to somebody to actually beat him. I could see eventually Speedball maybe getting that chance and define defeat maybe in a one-on-one, because I think that's a match that both kind of want. So yeah, I'm going to go Speedball just because I think he's deserving. I think his future in AEW is very bright. He fits the mold of AEW. I think he only works in AEW at like the big companies as well. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's kick things off with our TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. I've having the belt for over a year now, or going to be probably a year when she ends up losing it. But what do we think?
Yeah, she's just been amazing. There's no complaints to me from Mercedes. Anything she's done her part in it. If there was something that we haven't liked, it's been from the other side of the feud. So, I think the next person who should beat her is somebody who's a younger person, maybe like a Chris Statlander would probably be the best one. She's already lost twice to her, so get that third match and the win over would be huge, I think.
Yeah, I think Chris is probably my second pick, but I am going to go with the more easier pick, and that is Athena, somebody who I think AEW fans have been waiting to actually get to the AEW roster and finally be a staple of the brand. But I think Athena is just going to be a big deal in AEW when that eventual move is there.
For sure.
And then next up, let's go with the TNT champion, the newly crowned Adam Cole. Obviously, it's kind of hard to pick who will be next because we haven't seen anything. There hasn't been a Dynamite since the pay-per-view, but yeah, what do we think?
I'm going to go with maybe a surprise here. I'm going to go with Speedball Mike Bailey. I think he's proved himself that he can keep up with some of the best, like a Kenny Omega, like a Will Ospreay. So I think, why not strap him up, give him that belt, and just see where it takes him.
Yeah, I can definitely see Speedball being the one. I wouldn't mind being a Ricochet being the next one in line, especially the history that Adam Cole and Ricochet do have. So that would be really cool. Matter of fact, I am going to go with Ricochet. I think it's about time we get him some gold. I don't think he'll be an international champion considering the amount of times he's been able to fight for that belt. But I'll give him the TNT next up. But let's continue with the World Tag Team Champions, currently held by the Hurt Syndicate. What do we think?
I think for me, it's either one or two teams. I'm stuck between FTR or Edge and Christian, or Adam Copeland and Christian. I think both teams can do it and probably will do it. Both of those teams will hold the titles by the end of the year, probably. But yeah, if I had to pick one, I will go with FTR. They've been amazing. I'm loving this heel turn that they've kind of started here. So let's see where the tag team titles will take them.
Yeah, I think somebody will win the belts before Edge and Christian do win it. And I do think FTR is probably that team as well. Yeah, just because obviously now that they're heels, Bobby Lashley and Shelton aren't really a classified group yet. They're not heel or face. They're kind of the tweener group. But yeah, I think FTR probably are the right ones to do it. So you can have that bridge match for Edge and Christian on the line. But next up, let's go with the Trios champions, currently held by the Death Riders. Obviously, the Trios division is a little interesting because there isn't really featured much, and the teams are kind of like made-up teams. All the comments almost on the spot in a way. But what do you think?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of go with the conglomeration. I don't really, have a reasoning for that necessarily. Except for Orange Cassidy's hurt. He's going to come back and they're going to want to do something good with him. And I think, maybe this is somewhere where he could fit in without kind of interrupting the Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay picture.
Yeah. For this one, I'm going to go with Undisputed Kingdom. Still have Kyle O'Reilly winning some gold. But I think the cool thing you can do here is kind of have the Undisputed Kingdom regain power, be a dominant faction in AEW. Adam Cole obviously would have the TNT champion, then have they also have the Trios champions, and potentially have another one of them win the International champion down the line as well. So it could make a really cool picture as well. But let's go with the Continental champion up next, who is going to defeat Kazuchika Okada.
So there's been teased plenty of times, and I'm just gonna go with it. It's Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I definitely agree as well. It kind of feels like it has to be at this point. Hopefully this is the all-in match, and should be an absolute banger of a match between two of the best wrestlers in the world of all time, going at it one more time on AEW's biggest stage.
For sure.
And then next up, let's go with the AEW Women's World Champion, Toni Storm.
Yeah, this is somewhat of an easy one in my opinion, and that's going to be Mercedes Moné. I think, unfortunately for Toni, I think Mercedes loses to whoever it may be, whether it be Athena, Chris Statlander, or whoever else, and I think Mercedes will be the one to take down Toni Storm, leaving Toni Storm beltless and not in the picture.
Yeah, I think Mercedes definitely is a great option. I don't know how you would get here with my pick, but I'm going to go with Willow Nightingale. I think she has been probably one of the most fan favorite wrestlers in AEW. So when she finally does win that world champion, assuming she eventually does, I think it would make for a great moment. That could be an all-in level match. Obviously, Mercedes can also be, but personally, would love to see Willow get that world champion first. But let's close it off with the AEW Men's World Champion, Jon Moxley.
Yes, so for Jon Moxley, I want to say Darby Allin. That's gonna be my pick. I'm just gonna lock in and say Darby Allin. I was stuck with that pick probably since our last video, and I'm gonna continue it here. And yeah, I just really want to see that match. I want to see Darby be the guy to take him down to save AEW, quote unquote. And yeah, I just think he would be the perfect person to do it still.
Yeah, Darby Allin would definitely be my first pick. I do actually think it will be, considering all the matches where we think Moxie's going to lose, but he doesn't. So I do think they're waiting for him to eventually get back to finally do that match. But if it's not Darby, I'm going to go with Will Ospreay. His story right now is he wants to be the number one. He wants to be the guy. He wants to be the face. And the only way he can do that is by being the world champion. So maybe that's the all-in match. Obviously, it's not in the UK, so it would kind of be a little bit unfortunate with the timing. But I think Will Ospreay would be a great guy. And plus, he's one of the best in the company, so it makes sense to have the best wrestler, the best champion.
For sure.
But yeah, that would do it for our AEW Who Would Defeat Each Champion. Let us know what you guys think will be the next champion for each champion in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Made it this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you guys in the next one.